Okay, look around you. Right now, we need to confront a seriously uncomfortable reality right out of the gate today. Out of every 100 people you see, walking down the street, sitting in your office, or just scrolling on their phones, only a tiny, tiny handful are ever actually going to achieve their biggest dreams. The rest? Well, they're going to settle. They'll end up accepting a life that's fundamentally less than what they originally hoped for. So, in this explainer, we're breaking down exactly why that happens. We're going to dive into the psychological traps that catch most of us, and more importantly, how you can rewire your brain so you aren't one of them.
95%. Just let that massive number sink in for a second. Out of every 100 people, almost everyone fails to reach their true potential. It's not just a small majority, it is an overwhelming, almost inescapable default. You know, most people end up living these lives of quiet frustration, always wondering what could have been if they just pushed a little harder, started a little earlier, or stayed focused just a little bit longer. Now look, this isn't about shaming anyone. It's about recognizing the sheer gravity of human behavior. Being average, that's the factory setting, and breaking out of it requires understanding exactly what's keeping you anchored there.
Okay, let's dive into this. The 95% spend years, sometimes literally decades, saying things like, oh, one day I'll start that business, or one day I'll finally get fit, or one day things are gonna change. It becomes this comforting little mantra, but here is the harsh truth. One day is a total myth. That day, it never comes. Waiting for the perfect day, the perfect moment, or some sudden magical burst of motivation is the ultimate trap. It's just a convenient illusion that tricks you into feeling productive while you do absolutely nothing. Life doesn't hand out perfect moments, guys. It only gives you the present. And the most successful people understand that starting imperfectly today absolutely crushes a flawless plan for tomorrow. So what's the actual difference here between the successful 5% and everyone else? I mean, is it raw, unteachable talent? Is it pure blind luck? Is it just being born into a ton of money? Well, not exactly. We genuinely love to tell ourselves it's one of those three things, right? Because it completely lets us off the hook. Psychologists actually call this self-handicapping. By blaming outside factors like luck or genetics, we protect our ego. It makes us feel way better about our own inaction. But the real answer is far more uncomfortable. Success rarely comes down to a lucky break. It really comes down to navigating four massive behavioral traps that just destroy human potential. All right, trap number one, catching the 95% is simply this: choosing comfort over growth. It really is that fundamental. Every single day is just a series of micro decisions. Think about your morning routine. The alarm goes off. Do you throw off the covers and face the cold, or do you smash that snooze button because the bed is just so warm and comfortable? When faced with a choice between doing the hard, necessary work or taking the easy way out, the vast majority of us prioritize immediate comfort. We actively choose the path of least resistance, not realizing that real growth, only happens when we are highly, intensely uncomfortable. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the biological reality behind that behavior. It proves you're actually fighting your own evolution. Your brain is essentially this ancient survival machine. Deep inside it, your amygdala is hardwired to keep you safe from perceived threats. It is absolutely not designed to make you successful. It's designed to keep you alive, period. It actively works against your big ambitions because tackling new, incredibly difficult tasks takes a massive amount of energy and introduces risk. And your brain, it wants to conserve energy and avoid risk at all costs. So, when you feel that heavy urge to procrastinate, actually, scratch that. That's not just laziness. That is literally your biology trying to protect you. That biological drive for safety is exactly why scrolling social media feels infinitely easier than, say, sitting down to study or draft up a business plan. Mindless entertainment gives you a safe, cheap dopamine hit. Zero energy, zero risk. But waking up early for a grueling workout or pouring hours into a challenging project, that triggers your brain's resistance big time, simply because it's hard. But you've got to make it crystal clear in your mind right now, success only begins the exact moment your comfort zone ends. You have to consciously, deliberately override your primitive biology every single day if you want to achieve anything of actual value. Which leads us directly into the second massive hurdle: expecting fast results. We live in this crazy society of overnight delivery and instant downloads, and man, it has completely warped our sense of timeline. Here's a universal mistake almost everyone makes. They hit the gym for a single week, step on the scale, see absolutely zero change, and they quit. They start a side hustle, grind for a month, see no massive financial windfall, and they just fold. They study hard for a few days, see no immediate, life-altering improvement, and walk away, totally convinced the system is rigged. And this brilliantly illustrates what they're missing. Early success is almost always completely invisible. Think of the Chinese bamboo tree.
You plant the seed, you water the dirt, and for up to 5 years, absolutely nothing appears above the ground. You literally have zero visible results. But underneath the surface, where nobody is watching, this massive, enormous root system is growing. It's digging deep, establishing an unshakable foundation. Then, boom, suddenly it shoots up 90 feet in just a few weeks. The 5% who actually succeed, they understand this. They keep working, they keep watering that dirt, even when they can't see the rewards above ground quite yet. Next up, we absolutely have to talk about trap number 3, the modern war for your attention. In today's hyper-connected world, human attention has become one of the most highly valued and deeply monetized assets on the entire planet. Let that sink in for a minute. Trillions of dollars are spent by massive tech companies using thousands of brilliant engineers, all with one single ruthless objective: to capture and hold your focus. And yet, most people are actively giving their most valuable worldly asset away for free, barely even putting up a fight. Think about it. Every single pointless notification pinging on your phone, every endless numbing scroll through short-form videos, every totally unnecessary argument in a comment section somewhere. Each one of those is a micro-theft of your potential. They are literally stealing a little piece of your future. While the successful 5% are ruthlessly protecting their time, setting strict boundaries, and focusing intensely on building high-value skills, the masses are spending hours every single day just consuming endless, empty entertainment. And years later, that compounding gap in knowledge and capability between those two groups becomes absolutely impossible to ignore.
So the crucial point here, the undeniable, inescapable rule is this: where your attention goes, your life follows. It really is that simple. If your attention consistently goes to cheap entertainment and internet drama, well, your life is going to look a whole lot like cheap entertainment and internet drama. It's kind of funny, actually, watching a motivational explainer to avoid doing actual work, isn't it? But seriously, if your attention goes to disciplined growth, skill acquisition, and hard work, your reality will ultimately rise to match it. Your daily focus literally dictates the reality you're going to inhabit a year from now.
And now we arrive at trap number 4. This is perhaps the defining behavioral difference between those who make it and those who don't: the blame game. You see, the 95% share this totally unwavering refusal to take personal responsibility for their current situation in life. It's an incredibly pervasive psychological defense mechanism. I mean, admitting that you are the primary reason you haven't succeeded, that is a really tough pill to swallow. So most people just flat out refuse to take it. Instead, they protect their ego by projecting all their failures outward onto the rest of the world.
It really all comes down to a sharp psychological contrast. Winners ask, "What can I do better?" Losers ask, "Who can I blame?" The majority are always going to look for a convenient scapegoat. They'll blame their parents or their upbringing, they'll blame their managers, they'll blame the economy, the government, the social media algorithm, or just plain bad luck. They'll point the finger at literally everyone and everything except themselves. But the 5%, on the other hand, they look entirely inward. They absolutely obsess over what is in their direct control. Because here is the raw truth. The exact moment you stop making excuses and take full, total responsibility for your life is the exact moment you gain the absolute power to change it. Just think about the logic here. If it's someone else's fault that you aren't where you want to be, well then you're completely powerless to fix it, right? You're just a victim waiting around for the world to change. But if it's your fault, well then you hold all the cards. You have the power. You can change your actions today and completely rewrite the outcome tomorrow.
Let's move to this and see how it builds. Ultimately, the absolute truth is that success isn't reserved for intellectual geniuses. It isn't reserved for the naturally wealthy, and it definitely isn't reserved for the lucky. It is reserved exclusively for people who keep going when everyone else stops. It's for the people who manage to stay deeply focused when the rest of the world is getting hopelessly distracted by their glowing screens. And it's for the people who put their head down and do the hard, unglamorous work while everyone else is busy making perfectly rational excuses. Success belongs to those willing to outwork their own biological urges.
So I'm going to leave you with this final, honestly kind of haunting question to seriously ask yourself today. Will you spend the next 5 years doing exactly what 95% of people do? Falling into the same comfortable traps, seeking the same cheap dopamine, and pointing those same fingers of blame? Or will you put your head down, do the hard work, take complete ownership, and become part of the 5%? The choice you make today permanently determines the life you'll live tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.